All right, you know what time it is. We got the bulk box in the background. All our past mistakes and failures are there. It's in the past. This is the future. This is the newness, and this will be a great success because it is new and not opened yet. Now, I ended up pre-ordering this from Hobbiesville in June of 2025, believe it or not. On a whim, basically, one of my friends said, hey, you should pre-order this, so I did. And this is probably going to be one of the last pre-orders and last purchases close to MSRP. It was $120. Shocking, I know, considering it's being sold now for about $200 at most local card shops. And honestly, it's hard to find One Piece. It's hard to find One Piece at MSRP. And with that being said, let me go ahead and tell you that this video is sponsored by Poke Restock. It's an application on Android and iOS that will give you push notifications for when One Piece TCG is in stock, the rare times it actually is, close to MSRP, Target, Walmart, other retailers. It's been around for a couple months now, doing push notifications and alerts for Pokemon pretty successfully. And I'm not saying this because I'm the creator and developer, but it's a pretty great app. I mean, I unit tested it myself, and it's great. It's amazing. Now, with that being said, I don't know if this will be good, and the reason why I say that is because I spent a lot of my pre-release luck pulling this Zoro from the pre-release. It was from a single pack, so I don't know if this is going to be a dead box because the universe decides it. If I was smart, I would just go and sell this at my local card shop for $1 billion, but I'm not smart. I'm not going to do that. And by the way, shout out to Hobbiesville. They actually did include this packet. If you are unlucky, like some people I know, for OP-13, they gave you the box and then they scalped this to sell on TCGPlayer, which is rotten, dirty behavior considering you're paying so much for the box. So let's get straight into it. Now, when it comes to this box, in my opinion, it's a great box for the game. I don't know in terms of collectability what's in here. There's a couple of cool SPs. In my opinion, my favorite SP is the 8-cost Mihawk. I think he looks really cool. There's also the SP Boa, who's very nice. There is a few SPs from the past, like Kid and Killer. But in general, I was not super excited for this box just because I'm not like a big fan of like a lot of the leaders' colors in general. Like I'm more of like, I don't know, blue and red, very basic individual. But this box, in my opinion, has amazing... Whoa, the bulk is spilling out. No. All right, we are back live and we are safe and sound. OP-8 just wanted to pop out real quick and just share some bulk with you. Like I was saying, this pack, in my opinion, is extremely good for purple. Purple is like really, really dominant in this set just because there's a lot of cool Animal Kingdom cards. The King was dominating at my pre-release. King was dominating. Bro is literally, unironically, an immortal. Bro gets hit, is about to die, and all you have to do is just send 1 Dawn back. And guess what? On your activate main, you can get 2 Dawn anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So let's see. We got Diamante. This guy was actually really, really good in the pre-release. Bro was a drainer. We got Gloriosa, Grandma Nan, Amazon Lily. You may add 1 card from the top or bottom of your life cards to your hand. Add up to 1 card from your hand to the top of your life cards. That's actually very good. This is actually a stand-in for Hiyori. If you don't know, Hiyori is about $9 now because somebody made a Boa list and decided, hey, this is a very good card to run in Boa. So she went from being pretty cheap for Land of Wayno to about $9. So that's actually an amazing stand-in for Hiyori. Only difference is that card is not a 2K. Hiyori is a 2K. Come on, all right. So this guy was actually pretty good in the pre-release too. He was a pretty good blocker. This guy was... This is actually pretty good if you run Shirahoshi. He's actually pretty damn good because Shirahoshi does not have that many rush characters. Bullet String, Bird Neptunian, another good one for Shirahoshi. Pika, and this is Mr. Croc. Then we have... Did I use her in the pre-release? I don't think so. 2K counter. If your opponent has 3 or less life cards, draw 2 cards and trash 2 cards from your hand. That's okay. And then we have the event Mihawk. I like this event a lot. This was also very good in the pre-release. It's a regular counter, and then also you can use it for removal. Aladdin, pretty good, pretty cool card. He's kind of like a dollar store version of the banned Jinbei. Unbanned Jinbei, by the way. It's been enough time. We got enough stuff in the game where Jinbei can come back and, you know, that blue Dolphy deck can be somewhat viable. By somewhat, I mean just for fun. So let's see. So far, so good. In my opinion, I mean, honestly, I kind of am looking forward to the most OP-16 because that's Paramount War. I'm assuming they're going to make a new Whitebeard. I'm assuming they're going to make new characters that are from the Marineford arc. But this box is not bad, but honestly, it was not something that I was super hyped for. Again, because of the colors and the characters. Charge 3 cards from the top of your deck on KO, up to one of your opponent's characters with a base cost of 1. Okay. 1 for 1 right here. We got Mr. Baby, Senor Pink. Your opponent returns 1 Dawn card from their field to their Dawn deck on KO. This guy was actually a pretty good 2K in the tournament. I mean, that's pretty much when you do the pre-release tournament. Oh, I gotta put this guy to the side. This guy's definitely going into my yellow-green Yamato. Bro is a blocker, 3-cost blocker. He gives activate main, 1 rested Dawn to your leader. He is what he actually is a much-needed chump blocker for what do you call it? Yamato. Is this a remake? No, it's not a remake. There is a green Bartolomeo similar to this, but I could have sworn there was a red Bartolomeo that was pretty much the same exact card and does the same exact thing, except maybe because this has a 2K counter, that's different, possibly. Jinbei counter, Rayleigh, another good card to put into YG Yamato. This guy is underrated. He's actually really good if you get him early. In my opinion, he is probably a good ramp card to throw into Roger because Roger is all about ramping. And if you put this into Roger, it's another low-cost ramping card. All he does is that on play, blah, 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 Animal Kingdom Pirates, that's not relevant for Roger. But the second part is, once per turn, you may rest 2 of your Dawn cards. Oh, never mind. If your leader is Animal Kingdom Pirates, then add it to 1. Never mind. I take that completely back. So when you're playing in the pre-release and you're using Rainbow Luffy, he's all types. I forget that. So obviously, Animal Kingdom is the only way you can ever get that extra Dawn. Thus then, Roger is no longer viable for that. But hey, you can dream, right? You can dream of 50 different Dawn increasers for Roger. This guy was given the pre-release, Mr. Oars. We got Capone Gang right here. Can't be killed by effects. Kuro. Vista is actually pretty interesting. I think I will run him because he's a low-cost blocker. Although there's a 1-cost Vista, in my opinion, it's better. But he's actually pretty interesting because if you have 7 or less cards in your hand, he becomes the base power as your leader. So, for example, if you're running him with Ace, his base power becomes 6k. So now you have a blocker and you throw a 1k and you can basically, you know, stop a hit. Although, I don't know. It's kind of iffy. I guess you could block for free is what you could do. Another Bird Neptunian. Beppo, who's also pretty good. Crescent Cutlass. Miss Wednesday. You may trash this character, give it to one of your opponent's 0-cost characters, minus 3,000 power during this turn. She's a 2k counter, so I guess that is pretty good for Croc. When attacking, this character has 5,000. If this character has 5,000 power or more, draw 1 card and KO up to one of your opponent's characters with 3,000 power or less. It's actually pretty good for my damage reduction Marco deck. I might put him in there, maybe. Then we got Koala, who's a 2k counter, and then we got this nice Law. If there's a character with 8,000 power or more, up to one of your leader character cards gains plus 4,000 power during this battle. That's pretty good. That's a pretty damn good 1 for 4, man. That's actually a really good 1 for 4. And then let's see, Zoro, Rush. Okay, regular Rush, not character Rush. A lot of Zoro cards have like character Rush. Give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 1,000 power during this turn. He's not bad. He's pretty decent. I think that he is going to be outshined by the newer Zoro that's coming out in OP-15, I think. I think that although that Zoro is decent, 7 for 8 is not great. But then again, you use him for RG Luffy, you have some defense possibilities. He's probably not great for Ace, he's probably good for RG Luffy. Alright, we got Hachan, Senor Pink, Kuro. We Got Scratchman Apu. Scratchman Apu, rather. All of your Fishman or Mofolk type leader and character gains plus 1,000 power during this turn. Alright. Jinbei definitely seems like a... He definitely seems like a going wide type of character. Even his leader ability, which is all about trashing cards to give rest to Dawn, kind of screams, use a bunch of chumps, and then just go wide. Let's see. Look at 4 cards on the top of your deck, reel up to 1 Supernova or Straw Hide type character card and add it to your hand, then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. Oh, that's pretty good, Search. Gorgon Sisters. Oh boy. Activate main once per turn. You may reveal 3 image on Lily or Cruiser parts from your hand. Give your leader and all of your characters up to 1 Rested Dawn card each. Very annoying card. Whenever I see this in tournaments, it looks like a drain. It also is a 2K counter, which I just realized, which is pretty crazy. Hey, we got Depressed Shanks. Depressed Shanks. When this character becomes rested, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with 7,000 base power or less. Pretty good. Opponent's turn. If this character is rested, give all of your opponent's characters minus 1,000 power. What a guy, bro. 7 for 9. What a monster. Okay. Mr. 1, let's see. If there's a character that costs 0 or with a cost of 8 or more, this character can attack characters in the turn in which it's played. It's actually pretty good. Rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 0. Damn, that's actually really good with Croc. Wow. This is a good card with Croc. I have a friend who's building Mr. Croc, Killer Croc, so I'll put that to the side. Alright, let's see. I just picked up this pack. It feels a little weird. It feels a little heavy. I'm feeling some magic in here. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm feeling the magic. Alright, let's open this up. And let's see what we got inside here. I'm guessing it's going to be amazing because it feels amazing to me. On KO, if your leader type includes Baroque Works, draw 1 card and KO up to one of your opponent's stages with cost of 1. I honestly wonder, Croc can make things cost 0. Can Croc make, like, Emu stage cost 0 and then destroy it, I wonder? You may trash 3 cards from your hand. Play up to 1 Impel Down type character with cost of 6 or less from your hand. Blocker, 5 for 6. Okay. Then we have Johnny. Your turn. When this character becomes rested, KO up to one of your opponent's characters at a cost of 2 or less. Alright, that's pretty decent for a low-cost character. On KO, add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck, rest it, then KO up to one of your opponent's characters, base cost of 0. Interesting. Stealth Black. Okay. EBO4. If your leader is Sanji and you have 4 or more Dawn cards on your field, play up to 1 Sanji with 6,000 power or less from your hand or trash. This is definitely amazing for the blue-purple Sanji, because then what it looks like that deck is going to end up doing is playing very similar to Blackbeard when he plays Bergamo, where you're basically bringing out your Sanji early, your opponent kills it, whatever, it doesn't matter. Play this event later, bring back your Sanji back to life, and because his effect is you get plus 1k for every, like, 4 events in the trash, that helps it for the event. It also helps you get your Sanji back, so that's low-key how people will be able to get their Sanji back and be able to actually do something. Baby 5. Hurry up and make me the Pirate King. Look at 3 cards on the top of your deck. Reveal up to 1 Thriller Bark Pirate type, and other than hurry up, make me... Huh. Why only 3? I wonder why. Chu, and then we have Isho. And then we have Monet. Isho looks bad. That's here. You may trash 2 cards from it. Yeah, okay. So this is, he's really good for Kuzan. He's basically made for Kuzan because you're trashing cards and he's Navy. Yeah, that's actually really good. And then we have Monet. I don't know, I was thinking of potentially making a black-yellow Gecko Moria. And the only reason is because I already have a YG Yamato with a lot of yellow Land of Wayno. And for black yellow Moria, it literally, like, the deck literally is 80% yellow Land of Wayno, and then, like, everything else is just good black Gecko Moria tech. Like, that from what I saw, that's, like, literally him. That's all he does in terms of, like, a pretty good deck. So I might do that, and that would be the first ever black deck I used. I never used black before, so that would be a new experience for me. All right, we got Lao Ji. We got Shachi and Penguin. This character has 5,000 power more. Give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power during this turn. That's pretty good. Kinemon. Oh, okay. What does he do? And Divino. Set up to 3 of your Dawn cards as active. Then you cannot play character cards during this turn. That's good. On KO, rest up to 1 of your opponent's cards. Wow, that's really good. And for 4, I think for YG Yamato, 3, 4, and 5 are pretty tough turns. Those are pretty important turns. This definitely helps, because I don't know what to play a lot of times for 3 or 4 Dawn. Blocker, Victoria Sindri. She play up to 1 Thriller Bar card stud character card will cost 4 less from your trash rested. Okay, so this is... I don't think Gecko Mori's Thriller Bark. I think he's just Baroque work, so I don't know what she's used for. Alright, Groggy Monsters. If you have 3 or more Foxy Pirates characters, K up to 1 of your opponent's characters, 6,000 base power or less. Pretty good, actually. If you leader Sanji, look at 3 cards on top of your deck, reveal up to 1 Sanji or event card, and add it to your hand, then trash the rest. Yeah, that's definitely a must-run in that blue-purple Sanji. This guy in the pre-release was pretty nice. He, when he's rested, rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters costs 4 or less. He costs 3. He's a 2k counter. I mean, he's definitely a pretty good green card. Sharkful Law. Once per turn, select 2 of your Supernova type or Heart type characters. Swap their base power of the selected characters with each other during this turn. I think this leader will be very fun. I might try to make him. I think it would, other than the obvious of basically having a chump blocker on the field and like someone who's 10k power and then attacking someone with 10k and then swap their power so you can attack with the chump. Not sure what else you can do with this law. I mean, that's pretty much the go-to move, I guess. On play, you may rest this character. K up to 1 of your opponent's rested characters, 8,000 power or less. Yeah, this guy's very annoying and very good. Eustace Captain Kidd, he's a blocker. On play, if your leader has Supernova's type, play up to 1 red character with 2,000 power or less from your hand. He probably is good for the, what do you call it? That law leader. And then we have, looks like Gold Dawn Mihawk. I like this a lot. Ooh, it's textured. Ooh. Ooh, okay, let's sleeve this up, actually. I've actually been kind of neglecting sleeving anything, just because I'm in a rush to get through these. I mean, not a rush, but I'm just trying to get to the bulk as fast as possible, man. It is what it is. So we have Gold Dawn Mihawk, which I wonder if, is this EBO4 or is this OP-14? I don't know, because one thing that's different from the JP is that this is OP-14 and EBO4, some EBO4. So not really sure what exactly that means in terms of the distribution. But hey, we got Gold Dawn Mihawk. I like this Dawn a lot. It looks very cool. And there we go. All right, let's go for the next one, which is going to be almost, I think we're like a quarter of the way through or a third of the way through. So far, so good. I've gotten some Land Ueno stuff. I've gotten some potential Gecko Moria stuff. It is pretty good. He's very good for Boa in any yellow deck, really. The trigger is amazing. The trigger is to play this card, and he's a blocker. Really good. Really, really good. We got Shaka and Pell. We got Capone Gang Beiji. This was actually a pretty interesting card, too, where it basically says, select 2 of your opponent's characters, 9,000 base power or less. Swap the base power of the selected characters with each other during this turn. So, like, again, it's similar to what Law does as a leader, but now for your opponent, where you're basically saying, hey, you know what, that chump blocker, swap it with your 12k beater. Now I'm going to kill your 12k beater. So it's a pretty interesting card. The only downside is that it costs 3 Dawn, which is a bit. I noticed it is a bit of Dawn, just because if you want to use that with another event, for example, I was going to use that and the green Mihawk that kills 7,000 power or less, and that's 7 Dawn. That's actually quite a bit of Dawn to do that. You may trash one card from your hand. Give up the 2 rested Dawn cards to one of your Fishman or Merfolk type leader or character cards. So yeah, I mean, this Jinbei is very interesting. I wonder how people are going to run him and what they're going to do, because I'm not 100% sure what his deck is going to look like. All right, we got the Pentachromatic String here. We got a Kikanojo, which is very, very important for Mihawk, because he always wants something to rest, and this character will always be set to active. But more importantly, it's a 2k counter, it's green, and it's going in the Land Ueno deck. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. And then we have a Miss Valentine, which I'm not probably going to use, but again, somebody I know is building Crocodile, so I'll put that to the side. So far, so good. We got a Kikunojo. I would love to get the 7-cost Kikunojo because, again, YG Yamato, you know, anything that can make Land of Wano better, I'm all for that. I'm all for that. Killer, pretty good card. Give a Rested Dawn to your leader. Gladius. What else? We've got the Rat Gang. We've got Windows Vista. Never saw this guy before. What is his name? If your leader is Nefertari Vivi, draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from your hand. You may trash 1 card from your hand. Give up to 1 Rested Dawn card to your leader. One of your characters. I don't know. Weird. You may rest 1 of your cards. Up to 1 of your leader character cards gains plus 4k power during this battle. So, again, Mihawk is all about resting stuff. That's why that Kikunojo and the 5-cost Zoro are pretty good in the deck because they're always active. You always have something to rest. But Kikunojo is a lower Dawn commitment, so it's probably better. We got Poor Chair. If your leader has the Foxy Pirates type, look at 5 cards on top of your deck. Okay. Searcher. Ooh, nice. Gecko Moria. I'm pretty sure I already have one, but I ain't hating. You may KO 1 of your throwback type cards, your leader, and all of your characters gain 1,000 power during this turn. Interesting leader ability. When attacking, you may trash 3 cards from your hand. Add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life cards. Interesting. Interesting. I definitely don't know if you would ever do that a lot. Obviously, if you have bulk in your hand and you don't want to die, but 3 cards is quite a lot. This guy's actually pretty annoying. I don't know if I'll put him in the YG Yamato, but he is a pretty interesting character. He's 2k counter, and it says, on opponent's turn, if this character is rested, this character gains plus 2k power. So he's 4 for 7 potentially. That's pretty good defense, not gonna lie. X Drake. So this gentleman is red. It says, opponent's turn, once per turn. If your Supernova's type character would be removed from the field by your opponent, effect, you may give your leader minus 2k power during this turn instead. That's actually really good. When attacking, give up to 1 of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power during this turn. Okay, gotta give him 1 Dawn for that. Pretty interesting, pretty interesting. I like this. Obviously, this would probably go hard in the Law deck. But I wonder how that would maybe work in a Marco damage reduction deck. Probably not well. You must rest 3 of your Dawn cards, play up to 1 Fishman type character that costs 3 or less from your hand, then return up to 1 character with 6,000 base power to the owner's hand. Alright, that's actually pretty interesting. That's actually, for 2 costs, you're playing some... Well, no. For 5 costs, you're playing a 3 cost and returning something 6,000 base power or less to either the opponent's hand or your own hand. I like the counter. Draw 1 card and your leader gains plus 3,000 power during this battle. I like that. And then we have the regular Mihawk Dawn. So we got the gold Mihawk Dawn, and now we got the regular Mihawk Dawn. Alright, that's pretty cool. We'll put this to the side. So far, so good. Again, I mean, I wasn't super hyped for this box. I was not really looking forward to the leaders just because more of a basic blue guy. Basic blue and red type of guy. I don't know. I really want to try that Gecko Moria because I never played black before. And I do have most of the yellow cards, I would think. I mean, I don't really have, like, 4 Kumas or anything like that, but you don't have to have that. This guy's actually pretty interesting. He's kind of like a dollar store Red Rock. The only problem is that you have to trash your entire hand when you play him. I feel like he's gonna be decent though, because if he's the only card in your hand, you play him, return something on your opponent's side of the field to their hand, potentially a blocker, or someone who's big, and make them recommit the Dawn. If he had Rush, that'd be crazy, but for 8 for 10, I feel like he's an okay card. What is your trigger? Play up to 1 Fiddlebark Pirates type character card that costs 4 less from your trash. Rested. Low-key, that's good, bro. Low-key, that's really good. That might just be the wave. I thought this guy was a promo card. What the heck? Okay. Edward Newgate. Reveal 1 card from the top of your deck. If that card type includes Wipe Your Pirates, draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from your hand. So he's basically the same exact thing as the 10-cost Newgate, except he's weaker, and he is going to not need the event to be 8 cost. I could see running this guy in Ace and Newgate, but that's about it. I feel like the regular Ace deck would not work well with that guy. Beppo, Rindo. Actually, interesting effect where on KO, take a life card from the top of your deck, put it to your life, and then pop it. So it's like she enables you to get another trigger, which is pretty interesting. That is pretty interesting. This guy actually won me 1 pre-release game because the trigger is rest up to one of your opponent's characters costs 4 less. Counter, up to one of your fisherman type leader character gains plus 3k power during this battle, then set up to one of your fisherman type characters active. It's actually pretty good. Charlotte Pudding, 2k or 2 cost blocker. You may trash one card from your hand. If you have 4 or more events in the trash, up to one of your leader character card gains plus 2k power during this battle. Sounds like she's probably good support for that blue-purple Sanji. Treble, when a Don card on your side of the field is returned to your Don deck. If your leader has the Don Quixote pirate type, add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and rest. Okay. And then we have someone who's for Jinbei, and when a card is trashed from your hand by an effect, this character gains rush. Okay, that's interesting. So basically, he's a 3-for-3 rush, and then what happens? On KO, draw 1 card. Okay. I could definitely see this being run in Jinbei, but in my opinion, he's gonna have the same problem as the 4-cost red Jozu. Bro is 3-for-3. He's 3 Don for 3 attacks. So you've got to stack 2 to 3 Don just to be able to hit a leader. And that's not worth it, in my opinion. There's a lot of rush characters who are better because you're always going to get more power for the Don. And if you don't get more power for the Don, you're basically forced to use this. If this guy was a 2k counter, like Jozu, then he'd be runnable. But bro's not a 2k counter. In my opinion, that's trash. You may rest 2 of your cards, draw 1 card, and rest up to one of your opponent's characters with 10,000 base power or less. Or you can simply use this as a counter as 1+3. Then we have Perona. If I remember correctly, she freezes. On play on KO, up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 6 or less cannot attack until the end of your opponent's next end phase. Trigger, play up to 1 Thriller Barks pirate type character card with cost of 4 less to be trash rested. And then we have this Monkey D. Luffy. Looking for cards with type of deck, reveal up to 1 supernova type card other than Monkey D. Luffy and add it to your hand. Then place the rest of the bottom deck. When attacking, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 1,000 power during this turn. Very interesting, very interesting. I find it interesting how Law's deck is going to work. I really don't know how it'll work. I envision it being something that is going to be very unique because it doesn't sound like traditional damage reduction and removal. It doesn't sound like that. It sounds like more like board manipulation to try to get over big bodies and other things with like lower cards, but I don't know, man. A little confusing to me. All right, we got Ors, we've got Lao Ji, Ryuma, who looks so cool. I'm gonna put this guy on the side just in case. Just in case I build that Gecko Moria, he low-key would be good in Gecko Moria because of the fact that he draws 2 cards and trashes 2 cards. So he kind of cycles your hand. Victoria Sindri, Mr. Chambers, Scale Neptunian, another 2k counter. This stage is actually really good. Obviously, this is for Mihawk, but really good stage. Hey, Boa Hancock, the new meta destroyer. When you play a character, draw 1. Wait, what? When you play a character, draw 1 card. What? I didn't know she did that. Opponent's turn. When you play a character, draw 1 card. I didn't know she did that. When one of your Amazon Lily or Kucha Power type characters with 5,000 base power or more is KO'd, add up to 1 card from the top of your opponent's life cards to the owner's hand. Annoying. Wow, I didn't know that once she plays a character from Trigger, you draw a card, and it's not once per turn. So if you take 3 hits and summon 3 bodies, you draw 3 cards. That's actually really good for a yellow deck. 2k counter, draw 2 cards or trash 2 cards from your hand. Okay, 2k counter, that's actually really good. Monkey D. Luffy, all of your Straw Hat Crew type characters with base cost 4 more, gain plus 1,000 power, and then he's also removal protection. Miss All Sunday, if your leader's type includes Baroque Works, up to 1 character card with type including Baroque Works, and it costs 4 less. What does it say? If your leader type includes Baroque Works, play up to 1 character card with a type including Baroque Works, and it costs 4 less, and up to 1 character card with a type including Baroque Works, and a cost of 1 from your trash. Oh, that's actually really good. If there's a 1-cost chump blocker, that's actually fire for this Sunday. All right. So we're close to the halfway point here. Nothing really popping out. We've got some Land of Wayno individuals, which is good in my opinion. I love Land of Wayno. Big ups Land of Wayno. Other than that, there's some interesting law characters that I didn't see before, so that's interesting. This guy's actually pretty interesting too, because if he were to be rested, I think you could just -1 Dawn, and then he just doesn't get rested, which is pretty interesting. That is pretty interesting. Whoa, what a freaky looking guy. On KO, all of your Thriller Bark Pirate type characters gain +4 cost until the end of your opponent's next end phase. Alright, that's interesting. Play up to 1 Thriller Bark type character card that costs 2 or less from your trash rested. Alright, again, another Fishman, 2k counter. Jewelry Bonnie, 2k counter. Bluegrass, Crescent Cutlass. Mr. 9. Jinbei. Koala. Dellinger. Monet. And then Boa Hancock, which... Draw 2 concentration cards from your hand. Okay, never mind. I was going to say she looks like a remake because there's another Boa that looks similar, but she's not. Draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from your hand, and then look at her trigger. Play up to 1 character card with 5,000 power or less and a trigger from your hand. Man, that Boa deck is going to be something. That is definitely going to be something. 5 for 7, no counter. Good, probably a good Boa card, probably. Alright, let's see what else we've got going on. Let's see what else we got cooking in the kitchen here. Go ahead and pull this out. Let's see. Another Johnny. Ryuma. Again, I'll put this to the side for the potential. Mr. Potential Man when it comes to Gecko Moria. Gladius. Stealth Black. Bluegrass. Bird Neptunian. Sanji Event. Ooh. Baroque Works. If there's a character with a cost of 0 with a cost of 8 or more, draw 2 cards and trash 1 card from your hand. Oh, interesting. Yeah, a lot of cost manipulation for Mr. Croc. I know that much. Cavendish. This is another guy who's Mr. 2 for 2. At least he's 2. If this character has 5,000 power or more, this character gains Rush, and he has a 1k counter. Then we got Mystic Kaido. This guy is a monster. 7 for 9. If this character would be KO'd, you may return 1 Dawn card from your field to your Dawn deck instead. Another sticky body just like King. On play, Dawn -2. If your leader has an Animal Kingdom Pirates type, this character gains Rush during this turn. Then rest up to one of your opponent's characters at a cost of 7 or less. Fire. Fire. This guy literally, him and King, the new King, have literally made people bring Starter Deck 2 Kaido out of retirement because they're so good. 7 for 9 is brazy. 7 for 9 with Rush and rest 7 or less is brazier. And then, not only that, you cannot KO this man. You can Red Rock him. Okay, you're now Red Rocking a 7-cost card, by the way. That's pretty crazy. You can Red Rock him. You can return to hand with some cards, maybe. He is a sticky individual. Kikunojo! Kikunojo! Activate main once per turn. If this character is played on this turn, set your Land of Wano type leader as active. Now, a lot of people want to run this for red-green Odin. You already know. Yellow-green Yamato all day, every day. I'm definitely putting this in that Land of Wano deck. That is a W in my opinion. Alright, that was a fire pull right there. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, I've not gotten any Kings yet, right? King is a very good card. He's in my opinion, he might be more important than that 7-cost Kaido. Although 7-cost Kaido is a monster, King keeps getting you Dawn on his activate main, which is very important when you're a purple deck in general. And that Kaido in and of himself also minuses Dawn, so you got to kind of keep that in mind. All right, I got a playset of this guy. W's in the chat. I got a playset of this guy. We're cooking now. We're really cooking. Bran, who's another character for Boa. We got another Tarkwa Law, Miss Wednesday, and then Miss Valentine, and then Virgo. What does this gentleman do? Once per turn, if you're a Don Quixote type character would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may return -1 Dawn card from your field to your Dawn deck instead. Very good protection. Dawn -1, give up to one of your opponent's characters -2k power during this turn. Huh. That's actually pretty damn crazy, honestly. 5 for 7. So 5 for 7, you potentially can attack a 9 cost for a 5 cost. That's really good, man. That's really good, actually. If Bro had Rush, it'd be over, but that's a little too much. He's doing a little bit too much protection. That's the only thing that's weird, is that you want to attack with him, but then at the same time, he's a protection card. So is it going to be like a Crocodile Mihawk type of guy, where he's like a big body, but you never attack with him? I don't think so. I don't know. This set, there's so many cards that rest and do annoying things that, like, you kind of don't, like, really care about removal as much, but I don't know. Let's see. We have Mr. Isho. When this character becomes rested, you may add 1 card from the top of your life cards to your hand. If you do, up to one of your opponent's rested characters, your stage will not become active in your opponent's next refresh phase. Pretty hefty price to pay, especially since you're green, you're taking a life, but that's an interesting idea there to basically stop one of their stages or characters. Interesting. Alright, so far so good, so far so good. A lot of familiar faces. Oh, Usopp, hold on. End of your turn, if your leader has a film or Straw Hat type crew, set up to 2 of your Dawn cards as active. Wow, this is actually like a fire card art, bro. So that's Usopp, and then his dad Yasopp in the back, I guess. That's a cool card. Oh, Brickbat. Counter, up to one of your Thrillbar Pirate type leader or characters gains plus 3,000 power during this battle. I'll take it. It's looking like I gotta build that that black yellow gecko. And then Zoro, and then we got the... Is this an alt? I can't tell. I don't know if it's an alt. It might be an alt. Corona, on play on KO up to... Yeah, it is an alt. Up to one of your opponent's characters, costs 6 or less, cannot attack until the end of your opponent's end phase, blah, blah, blah. Pretty nice. That's a nice hit. If this is playable in... Where is, damn, where did I put Gecko Moria? I think Gecko Moria would probably run her. Thing is, with an alt character, I don't know if I should sell her and then buy a playset of her or just keep her. But this Perona is very annoying. In the pre-release, she was actually very annoying. So, freezing your yellow deck, you always want to like freeze stuff just to protect yourself a little bit longer, up until the point you hit them with the with the trigger effects. I don't know. I definitely like that Perona as a card, so I don't mind getting an alt with her. That's pretty cool. So far, so good. I'd say we're about 3/4 of the way there. Oh, another very good Boa Hancock card. Vista, who's pretty random, honestly. Pretty random Whitebeard Pirate card to include in this set, not gonna lie. Bullet, String, My Stoms, very good Minx card. Mr. 4. Fisher Tiger. On play, if your leader has a fish, you need to draw 3. Whoa! If your leader has a Fishman type, draw 3 cards. Trash cards from your hand until you have 5 cards at your end of your turn. Okay, that's trash. Well, actually, that's not trash because Jinbei can discard cards from his hand, but still, that's annoying. Another Rayleigh, very good. And then we got Vivi. Alright, cool. What does Vivi do, actually? On play, play up to 1 Alabasta type character card with a cost of 8 or less other than Vivi from your hand. Then your opponent places 1 card from their hand at the bottom of their deck. I like that. That's an annoying effect. I like that. Question is, who's Alabasta? I don't really have Alabasta. Obviously, there's the red-blue Vivi, who has a lot of Alabasta, and that, you know, Vivi is probably running her deck, but I don't know. 7 for 4 is crazy work. 7 for 4 is crazy work. If your card that you summon with that does not put in a lot of work, it's basically like a gambling removal. Alright, we have Hiyori, dollar store version of Hiyori. We got Isho. We got Bonnie. We got the Groggy Monsters. We got Victoria Sindri. We got this counter for Jinbei. Yosaku. Put this on the side for the Gecko deck I'm never going to build. No, I'm playing. I might build it. Pika. End of your turn. If your leader has Don Quixote, add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck and set it as active. Actually pretty good for end of turn. Fisher Tiger. Eustace Captain Kid. And then we got a Boa event. If you have 2 or less life cards, up to 1 of your opponent's active characters cannot attack during this turn. What the flip? What? If you have 2 or less life cards, up to 1 of your opponent's active characters what? Are you flipping kidding me? That's an amazing... What? Are you kidding me? I'm about to put this in YG Yamato. If you have 2 or less life cards, up to 1 of your opponent's active characters cannot attack during this turn. For 1 cost, you can stop a 12k swing. Oh my god. Trigger, play up to 1 character with 6,000 power or less and has a trigger from your hand. That's an annoying event. What the f... Are you kidding me? Oh my god, man. For one cost? What? Are you damn, I don't know, bro. I'm flabbergasted. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. So wait. Damn, so now you might want to swing with the big bodies first, because up to one of your opponent's active characters cannot attack during this turn. So if you attack with a big body, rest him, right? And it says up to one of your opponent's active characters cannot attack during this turn. So, damn. I don't know. You might want to start swinging with the big bodies. All right, let's see. Kinemon, put this on the side for the Land of Wano. Whitebeard, put this aside for Ace of Nugget. Okay. Mr. 9, Basil Hawkins, Marguerite, Koala, Shirahoshi. Hey, Mr. Bonclay. On KL, play up to one character card with type including Baroque Works and a cost of 5 or less other than Bonclay from your hand or trash. Yeah, this is going to be good for Brock. All right. We're getting towards the end here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. How do I feel about this box? So far, not too bad. I mean, I don't know. For me, again, I don't know, man. I'm kind of on the fence with this box because I'm a Whitebeard Pirates stan. That's all I care about, low-key. So, like, OP-16 is, like, really what I'm looking forward to. And OP-15, I'm looking forward to cards that make Ace better. So, it's kind of whatever, honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, this was not a Gecko Moria. Nice. This was not the... should actually put this Gecko to the side. I've pulled like 3 of him, but I should put him to the side. This was not something I was really looking forward to. Although I'll be honest with you, if it is cheap to get the King and the new Kaido, I would say go run the starter deck 2 Kaido, bro. That is gonna be so fun. You may trash one card from your hand. If your leader has a Navy type, up to 2 of your opponent's characters with 10,000 power or less cannot attack until end of your opponent's next end phase. That's good for Kuzan, actually. Ice Time is actually amazing for Kuzan. 7 for 8. Add up to 1 Dunker. You may trash... Wait, what? You may trash this character. Play up to 1 Kid Pirate type character card with a cost of 5 or less from your hand. Why would you do that? Why would you kill yourself? Why would you do that? Would it be because you're like on the ropes, you attack with this guy, and then after you attack, activate main, you summon the blocker? I don't get it. Not following it. Don't know why you would do that. Alrighty, let's continue on. So far. Let's see what else we can get from here. So far, the big hit has probably been that Gold Dawn Mihawk and the Alt Perona. Everything else is kind of just things I would use in a deck. Alright, again, this is someone who is for Mr. Moria. This is some random Jinbei 2K. Okay, let's keep going. Beppo. Mihawk event, Mihawk stage, Cavendish, Megalo. Whoa! That's a very big hit. Alt Boa Hancock leader. That's a very big hit. Gonna have to sleeve that up. She is looking very nice in this alt art. I like her alt art leader a lot more than I like her. Might actually just keep her, be honest with you. Might actually just keep her. Might keep her, not gonna lie. She looks really nice. I like her art. In my opinion, the best card art I've seen of Boa is OP-4 Boa, where she is... like, honestly, she just looks like a Renaissance painting, bro. Like, she looks amazing in that art. And that's why that card goes for $600, by the way. Because it's old, it's OP-4, and she looks amazing, so... pretty cool. We got the Alt Boa leader. I'm not planning to play that Alt Boa, but she looks amazing. Probably will maybe just keep her. I have a friend who's planning to play Alt Boa, so maybe I'll just give it to him as a gift. Although I did give him the Alt Boa 9 cost as a gift. I mean, I'm just giving everything away, man. I'm too generous. What am I getting? I need to have that Boa in my binder so I can look at her every once in a while. Come on. All right, 2K counter. Mr. 9. Who's this guy? Matchfist. Terracotta, Bartolomeo, Don Quixote, Shukiyaku. This guy's a Thriller Bark. Okay, I'll look at 3 cards at the top of your deck, reveal up to 1 Thriller Bark prior type, add it to your hand, then press. Okay, that's actually good. 3 for 5. And then another Shanksy. Alright, let's put the Thriller Barks to the side. Actually, because we finna make that Gecko Moria, bro. I want to have a new leader. I never had a black leader. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Alrighty. So let's go ahead and open up another pack, and let's see what we will be getting here. That all bows actually really a huge pull. That's a really huge pull. Alrighty. Ryuma. Dollar Store Hiyori. Alright, Red Event, Mr. Babe, a Green Event, Mr. 9, Treble, it's Wednesday, regular Boa Hancock. Oh, what is this? Minx. You may rest one of your cards. If your leader has a Minx type, give up to one of your opponent's characters -3 cost during this turn. Okay. Counter, up to one of your Minx type leader or character card gains 3k power during this battle. And then we have the Carrot, who is pretty good for Minx. Your leader has a Minx type. Set up to 2 of your Minx type characters, and your leader's active. Could you also use this with Tony Chopper? Is he Minx type? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Chopper is just like Drum Kingdom and like Straw Hat or something like that. He's green red, I think. Pretty sure he ain't Minx. He should be Minx. I don't even know what Minx is. Minx is what? You're an animal? Tony's an animal? What are you trying to say? Trying to say Tony's not an animal? He's an animal. Alrighty. Let's see. What can we get from the third to last pack? So far, every box is about 4 hits, and it's looking like we got 3 big ones. Alt Boa, Gold Don Mihawk, Alt Perona. So maybe we're due one more, or maybe something else is considered a hit here, and I just wasn't paying attention. Sure you, Miss Mary, whatever, Vistum's Pudding, Jinbei event, Dellinger, Suzuki Odin, another blue Jinbei event, Fishman support. Oh, green Jinbei. What does you do? Blocker 7 for 8, but bro is green. You may rest one of your cards. If your leader has the Fishman and Revoke type, play up to 1 green character that costs 6 or less from your hand. That's on KO only, though. I don't know how to feel about that. Who is a green Fishman deck, like, other than Arlong, who runs Fishman? Like, that's pretty much it. Alright, here we go. Last two. Here we go. We need some hands for put together here, because we are almost at the end. Alright, we've got the Kid, we've got the Wadamasasumi, we got this person for Mr. Croc, Scale Neptunian, Rindo, Bluegrass, Brickbat, put to the side for Mr. Gecko, Pikachu, Daz, who again is for Croc, and then we got Sugar. Sugar's actually pretty good. She's actually really annoying because she has good on KO where she can play a character. I know only this because of the pre-release that happened to me, and it was annoying. Alright, here's the last pack. Here it is. The last pack. Let's go ahead and open this up and see if it is a hit or what. I'm trying to think what else is a hit from this box. I mean, I've gotten 3 pretty good hits. I'm assuming there should be something here. If not, then I missed something. Alright, Diamante, Johnny, Nougat, a lot of Nougats, Stealth Black, Groggy Monsters, Ruggy, Kurubo, Usopp, Kaido's a W, and then we got Rosinante Law. Very nice. I actually like that. I like this card art a lot. It's not the alt art, but I actually like this art. I don't want to say more than the alt, but it really is nice the way that Rosinante kind of like comes outside the border here. Kind of really makes him pop. So there we go. We got a second Kaido, which is actually pretty good. But other than that, not too sure. I guess that's it. I mean, these are the big 3. I can't remember what the other hit was. I mean, genuinely, I really cannot remember what the other hit was. We've got the Alt Boa Hancock. Pretty big hit. we've got the big Corona alt. I don't know if that's a big hit, but she looks cool. And then we go with the Gold Dawn Mihawk. I have no idea, you know, I'm not a big fan of the Gold Dawn, I'll be honest with you. Like, I get it, it's Gold Dawn, it's like, oh my god, it's Dawn, but it's gold, but it's like, I don't know, I'd rather a character, in my opinion. But hey, got Gold Dawn Mihawk, I'm sure that is definitely considered a hit. And then let's open up this thing, whatever this is. 1 card per pack, 1 card per pack. I have not seen any of the new Tashigis, which is crazy, because, like, she's pretty good, so I'm kind of surprised that she's not, like, common, really. Yeah, wow, I did not get a single new Tashigi. Wow. Oh, I got Tashigi. What do you know? So we got Tashigi. I don't know, am I shot or something, but how is she this hard to get? Alright, we got Tashigi. If this character would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may rest 1 of your cards instead. Pretty good. Protection. You may rest 2 of your cards. This character gains +2 key power until the end of your opponent's next end phase. So if you have 2 low-cost Kikanojos, you can, you know, boost her, basically. Alright, that's pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty ironic. I did not get any Tashigis from the regular pulls, and then I ended up getting a Tashigi from the single pack. So, I mean, I'm assuming this is somewhat rare. I'll sleeve her. If not, then, like, I don't know if I'll use her, actually. What can I use her with? I'm not planning on making a Mihawk deck, so I'm trying to think what she would work with. I'm not too sure, but here are the big hits. One last time, we've got Tashigi from the single pack. We got Boa Hancock from the box. We've got Perona from the box. We've got the alt Mihawk. And you know what? Just because I'm feeling a little down, I'm feeling a little bit unbeknownst to me, not feeling too hot. Where in the world? There we go. There he is. Bring him out. We got the top loader. We got the top loader Zoro. Cannot complain considering that we got this amazing SP from the pre-release, and then from the box we got some hits. I mean, let's be honest. These are not bad hits. You could technically get worse hits. This could have been a lot worse, but hey, we got Tashigi, Perona, Gold Dawn Mihawk, and the alt leader Boa. Pretty cool. I like this Boa. She's pretty cool. And we'll see what will be. But that is OP-14. We are at the end stage here. And we'll see what happens with OP-15. I also pre-ordered that through Hobbiesville. Again, one of the last pre-orders that'll be close to MSRP. Again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you want to download Poke Restock app, it will give you notifications for when One Piece TCG is in stock. Right now, the items that are going to be in stock this week or next week are the new illustration boxes, 5 and 6. And I think the tin pack set may come into stock online as well. So check that out, and good luck if you got the box for close to MSRP. Congratulations. Now, let me just say something. Imagine for a second that I paid $250 for this, right? That would be crazy. That would be nuts.